Do you quickly balance equations in chemistry? We're gonna do that with this equation, that is H2 plus O2 gives us H2O. How do you balance this? Let's do it stepwise. Step number 1, count the number of atoms. So what do you mean by count the number of atoms? When you look at an equation, the first thing that you have to do is count how many number of atoms are there on the LHS side as well as the RHS side, or the reactant side and the product side. So over here in the reactant side we have 2 hydrogens and 2 oxygens. See, 2 hydrogens and 2 oxygens. Whereas in the product side we have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. If there was a 2 along with O, then we could say 2 oxygens, but now we have 1 oxygen. So when you look here, the number of hydrogens are balanced on both reactant and product side, but oxygen is not. And thus comes our next step, balancing one at a time. So over here we have hydrogen that is balanced and oxygen is not balanced. So now we'll fix oxygen first. So how do you balance oxygen? To fix oxygen, where is the number of oxygen less, in the reactant or the product side? Obviously the product. So we need to add one more oxygen in the product side to get the number of oxygens equal. So we rewrite the chemical equation, that is H2 plus O2 gives us H2O. Now when you balance these kind of equations, you can't just add 2 to the oxygen like this. This will be hydrogen peroxide, but then this is not the value, or this is not the product that we need. This equation gives us water, right? So you can't just add a 2 over here. Instead, you should add 2 to the whole compound, that is 2H2O. Now when you look, there are 2 oxygens on the reactant side and 2 oxygens, see, 2 into O. 2 oxygens on the product side. But then when you look at hydrogen, you see that there are 2 hydrogens here and 2 into 2, that is 4 hydrogens on this side. And that is when our third step comes in, that is rechecking. So when we recheck the equation, we found out there are 2 hydrogens on this side and 4 on this side. So right now the hydrogen is mixed up. Now what do you have to do? Now what you do is you add a hydrogen to the reactant side, because the number of hydrogens in the reactant side is lesser than the number of hydrogens in the product. So again, write the new skeletal equation that we got, that's H2 plus O2 gives us 2H2O. Now where should we add a hydrogen? To this side. Now we add 2 hydrogens. Why? Because the number of hydrogen is 2 times less than the product side. Now when you look here, we see there are 4 hydrogens on the reactant side, 4 on the product side. So hydrogen is balanced. 2 oxygens on the reactant side and 2 on the product side. See, 2 into O. Now when we look, this whole equation is balanced, and these 3 steps will lead you to balance a chemical equation. But are these 3 steps the only way to balance a chemical equation? No. Whenever you balance a chemical equation, you need to remember that you should start with the most complicated element first. That is, whenever you have a skeletal equation with another element that are elements other than hydrogen and oxygen, you need to balance them first. And then comes our hydrogen and oxygen. Always try to balance hydrogen and oxygen in an equation at the very end. And remember to fix everything one at a time. So only one at a time. And then always, and I mean always, double check your answer, because no matter how many times you do the balancing, it will always go wrong somewhere or the other. So this is how you balance chemical equations in chemistry. If this video helped you to understand this topic clearly, please like and subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching.